What is poppin' YouTube? It's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And today we're going to talk about Mercury in Capricorn, Mercury in Aquarius, and Mercury in Pisces. But before I get into it, I would like to let you all know that I do birth chart readings. So hit me up at s.island55@yahoo.com and also follow me on Instagram at Sydney_Island. And follow me on my second channel called Itty Bitty Black Alien. That's my fashion, beauty, diet. The link for that will be in the description box below. All right, God, it's hot. I think I'm gonna have to start stripping. Child, what's that? Stripping because it's hot. Like, I'm about to get naked. Just kidding. All right, so what is planet Mercury in astrology all about? So planet Mercury is the planet of thought and communication. This is the way that we think and the way that we speak. This is the sound of our voice. Are you a harsh speaker? Are you a dominant speaker? Are you an aggressive, loud speaker? Or are you someone who is more soft-spoken and quiet and laid back? Well, that's what Mercury is all about. It is those one-on-one communications. It is the way that we perceive the reality around us and the way that we spew out what we perceive. Okay, so Mercury in Capricorn. So Mercury in Capricorn. Instantly, when I think about Mercury in Capricorn, I think about the actor Denzel Washington, who is a Capricorn sun with the Mercury in Capricorn. Oh Lord, the wind blowing my phone, child. Calm down. And it's crazy, literally just last night, I finished watching the movie Malcolm X that he starred in, and he played Malcolm X. And the way that he communicated with that Mercury in Capricorn, it's very disciplined and very straightforward, but there's a certain type of grace. There's a certain type of intellectual grace that he has when he plays these characters. Like also the Great Debaters that he played in. I just watched that movie also, and he has a certain way of speaking that I can see why they always casted him in so many movies, because he speaks with this eloquence and with this confidence, you know, but it's not like arrogant or overbearing, you know. It's very intelligent and very educated. That's the word that I'm looking for. He speaks in a very educated yet very graceful way when he plays these characters. And that's Mercury in Capricorn. You know, you speak in a way that people have a tendency to assume that you know what you're talking about. You know, people have no choice but to assume that you have some type of knowledge and some type of intelligence. Typically, people with the Mercury in Capricorn are very intelligent and are very analytical and very observant. Those who have a Mercury in Capricorn typically are very rational, you know, and their approach to thinking, and very reliable as well. You know, you can count on a Mercury in Capricorn to give you some sensible advice if you come to them for advice. These people possess a lot of wisdom as well. And, you know, Denzel Washington will have that Mercury in Capricorn. The way that he speaks, he sounds wise. I don't know if he's wise in real life. He probably is. But the way that he speaks, he sounds like he has a mind full of wisdom. Mercury in Capricorn people do have a tendency to be serious at times, because the planet Saturn rules Capricorn, okay? And this is the planet of discipline and restrictions and hard work. So people who have a Mercury in Capricorn, you are a super duper hard freaking worker. You take your job seriously. You believe that the only way to success is through hard work and through planning and things like that. These people are very rational, like I said, very responsible, and they take a joy and a pleasure in working. On the dark side, these people can be prone to pessimism because they consider themselves to be such realists, right? I'm so real that I'm negative, kind of like a Mercury in Virgo also. And like, just because you're negative doesn't mean that you're realistic. Like, there's positivity in reality also. But having a Mercury in Capricorn, you have a tendency towards melancholia and, you know, depression, and just having an overall kind of sad outlook on life because you feel that reality is more negative. With this sign, you have a deep appreciation for structure, you know, because planet Saturn is all about structure. You know, it's all about, you know, kind of washing away like delusion, you know, getting rid of delusion, getting rid of too much emotion, too much stuff that's in the way between you and success, between you and high intelligence and high knowledge. Capricorn is all about discipline. Saturn is all about discipline. It's all about getting rid of those childish ways and, you know, manning up, you know, man up, woman up. Mercury in Capricorn is all about that. So these people can be very strict. And I think about Denzel Washington in The Great Debaters, and he really played on that Mercury in Capricorn with that Capricorn sun. being the man Tolson, he was very hard on the students that he trained. So you do love order, you know, you do love planning and organizing and things like that. That is the way that you think. You're a very organized thinker, and you prefer to go about things in a very organized and methodical way. Mercury and Capricorn people, god damn, that bird scared the crap out of me. Mercury and Capricorn people, this is the sign of maturity. Capricorn, shut up. Capricorn is the sign of maturity. So people with the Mercury and Capricorn may have been very mature at a very young age, and may have a very wise, you know, mature air about them. No matter how young they are, they may have been the type to have to take care of business at a very young age and had to think like an adult at a very young age. Mercury and Capricorns, when they speak with purpose. They don't want to just say stuff just to say it. They want to say something that matters. They like deep conversation. They like talking about things that matters. They like planning for businesses and things like that. All right. These people are very passionate about business, about, you know, making it in the material world. They find succeeding in this material world to be very important, because this is the 10th house. Capricorn rules the 10th house, which is the house of your career and reputation and status. So these people are very passionate about those things. They really do care about their reputation. They really do care about being a good public figure, being someone that people can look up to, being someone that people can admire. These people are always thinking about the future and what they got to do, you know, 10 years from now. Like, you may be that type of person when you was like a kid who was like, Mommy, what happens if you lose your job? What are we gonna do? Like that kind of kid who's always thinking about like life and the real world, you know, which is very different from, say, a Mercury in Pisces. You want to get to the, you know, the business. Okay, these people love to make money. These people make really good bosses, and these people have a very authoritative way about them. So a lot of times they do end up being very successful to a point where they end up being bosses and running businesses and things like that. All right, now let's jump right into Mercury in Aquarius. This is a very interesting placement to have. Of course, things are always interesting when it gets into Aquarian energy, okay? Because Uranus rules Aquarius, and that is the planet of sudden changes, right? Uranus is way out there. Uranus is a very distant planet from a lot of the other planets. And much like, you know, Uranus being distant, Aquariuses can be very distant when it comes to their way of thinking, okay? Aquariuses can be very detached. We hear it all the time. Aquarius energy is emotionally detached, okay? You don't like to wallow too much in your emotions. And you may be the type of person that is very unique and very original, and you think for yourself. Like, this is a very independent-minded person, okay? You don't give a damn what anybody else is thinking and doing. Okay, like, you are going to be yourself regardless of who you are around. You're not the type of person to, you know, be a chameleon and change yourself for the people around you, like someone who may be like a Mercury in Libra, for example, or Mercury in Pisces. No, you're Mercury in Aquarius. You're an original. You can be very unconventional in the way that you express yourself, okay? And you may have really like quirky mannerisms when you talk, and just a outright different way of speaking, and a different way of expressing yourself, and a different way of just like the way that you dress yourself may be a little bit different, and the way that you want people to perceive you. You want people to perceive you as someone that is intelligent, okay? And you are. Mercury in Aquarius, Aquarian energy is of high intelligence. So somebody who has a Mercury in Aquarius may be super smart. You know, you may have been born with smarts, and then you gain a lot more intelligence and knowledge as you get older. So this is the, you know, this could be a placement for someone who's a genius, someone who thinks outside of the box. A lot of inventors have this placement, someone who thinks about the future. With the Mercury in Aquarius, you can be a little bit of a rebel. Okay, you like breaking the rules. You like doing your own thing. You like saying, okay, there's some rules. How can I break those rules in the most fun, exciting way possible? You don't care about rules. You feel as though rules are meant to be broken, and you are not meant to be what society wants you to be in this lifetime. That's what you feel. You feel that we all should be ourselves, and that's the way that we are the most free. Aquarian energy is all about freedom. You want to be free. You know, you want to think freely. You always exercise freedom of thought. This placement really enjoys a good intellectual debate. You know, you really enjoy a good argument. These people can be know-it-alls at times. Like, you may think you know everything because you're so smart. With this placement, because Uranus is the planet of like sudden changes, you can be very impulsive when you speak. You know, you can blurt things out and be very blunt and sometimes hurt people's feelings, you know, because you just try not to be too much about emotion. So you may just say whatever because you're like, well, if you get your feelings hurt, oh well, like who cares? There's more to life than how you feel. I have to speak the truth regardless of how you feel. These people pride themselves on being truth seekers and truth speakers. And let's not forget that sense of humor of yours, Mercury and Aquarius. Y'all can be pretty dang funny. You do value a sense of humor, and you have one, and a really good one at that. You want those people who like spews out like a super random joke that nobody would ever expect, and it's just way out there, and it's like almost like it came from another planet. Like, where did that joke just come from? The way that you perceive things and see things is like way out there, you know. Some people may think you're like way out in outer space because you perceive things so different than other people. And like, you love to have a good time, you love to laugh, you love to joke, you love getting in tune with your childlike side. You know, as analytical as you may be at times and as skeptical as you may be at times, you still love to joke around and laugh and have a good time. Having a Mercury in Aquarius, you don't like bullshitting around, you know, when it comes to thinking. You really like innovative thinking. You feel as though you only get one life and you're going to spend that lifetime making sure that you change the world for the better. You don't want to talk about, you know, petty stuff that's going on in the media. You really need to talk about real stuff. You don't really like small talk that much. Yeah, Mercury in Aquarius, you're smart. You got it going on. And let's get right into Mercury in Pisces. Okay. Oh boy, Mercury in Pisces. How you doing, baby? Mercury is debilitated here because Pisces is the opposite of Virgo, and Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So if you have a Mercury in Virgo and Gemini, this is the best placement to have. You're very lucky. You know, your thoughts is clear. You express yourself clearly. People get what you're trying to say. But if you have a Mercury in Pisces, it's the opposite. Sometimes people don't quite understand what you're trying to say, and perhaps you're not really sure what you're trying to say because you're so in the clouds. Okay, the 12th house rules Pisces, and this is the house of dreams and imagination and the spirit realm. Okay, these people can be so far off into the spirit realm that it is hard for them to cope with this physical reality. And that may result in them feeling depressed and feeling like an outsider, feeling like a misfit. You may have this feeling of that you came from another planet and that this is not your original home. Planet Earth, what is this place? I didn't ask to be here. That's the Mercury in Pisces. You are the dreamer, okay? Einstein was a Pisces sun with the Mercury in Pisces, if I am correct. And he would have these quotes that says, to have, you know, intellect and intelligence is one thing, but to have imagination is another. That's what Einstein was all about, imagination, okay? And he created new ideas and new thoughts and new inventions because he believed in the power of imagination. Now, Mercury may be debilitated in Pisces, but it still has a beautiful karma to it. You know, a beautiful way about it, where you could be a really, really, really good poet. Someone who speaks these words that are like dreamlike, you know, heavenly, you know, someone who says things that heals people. You know, you are a natural healer, you know, a natural empath. Okay, you're drawn to, you know, any form of healing that there is. You're drawn to crystals and palm reading and psychic stuff, you know, things that have anything to do with the spiritual realm. Now with this placement, you can be very sensitive and very emotional and get your feelings hurt kind of easily. Like, what did you mean by that kind of thing? Because you kind of sometimes wear your heart on your sleeve. And even if you're someone who, let's say you're an Aquarius sun, but you have Mercury in Pisces, and I knew someone who had this placement who's a very special person to me, and you may be like defensive, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that. But then if somebody say something, you get a little butt hurt. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what happened to all of this? I'm so strong. What happened to all of that? Well, that Mercury in Pisces kicked in, and now you got your feelings hurt. These people are super, super sensitive, whether they want to admit it or not. Pisces being such an emotional sign, I mean, this is a water sign, okay? These people can drown in their emotions. You are an emotional thinker. Sometimes you think with your emotions and you think with your heart rather than with logic, like your opposite, which is Virgo. You feel as though you rather think artistically rather than like with math, Okay, you're much better at art and literature and words and writing and painting and things that are colorful and, like, you know, ethereal. Things that are ethereal and heaven-like. You're better with art and things like that. But when it comes to super logical stuff like math and, you know, technical things, nah, it's not your strong suit. People who have Mercury and Pisces struggle. I feel like they struggle the most out of all Mercury signs when it comes to just fitting in and feeling like they have a place on this planet. Even Einstein himself, with all that Pisces energy, said that he felt that he wanted to die, like he had suicidal thoughts, because he just felt that he couldn't succeed in this realm, you know. And a lot of Mercury and Pisces people, you really didn't come from this realm. You came from another realm, but you're here for a reason. And you can take that, you know, 4D dimension type of thinking, you can take that and you can use that to raise the consciousness of the planet. That's what you're meant to do. You know, that's the whole point of having a Mercury and Pisces, is to bring a little bit of heaven to earth. And you're really good at that. Sometimes these people may be a little bit loopy, you know. Some people may think these people are ditzy, but these people actually do possess deep wisdom that kind of supersedes, you know, like intelligence and like book smarts and things like that. Like, these people have deep spiritual wisdom a lot of the times. These people can unlock that forbidden knowledge, that forbidden spiritual knowledge, you know, the knowledge of the occult and things like that. These people also can be super open-minded. You know, you're always open to learning new things and delving into the mind. This really is not a bad placement to have. It's just that you struggle in this world with that placement. But if you can get in tune with yourself a little bit better and understanding yourself and how you operate and what works best for you, this could be a magical placement, and you could do amazing things on this planet with this placement. Like, you could be a really great artist with this placement. Like, this is one of the most creative Mercury placements there is. The issue with you is that you find it difficult to make decisions sometimes. You can literally just be so confused. Like, what do I do? Like, where do I go? What job should I have? How do I make money? How should I dress? How should I present myself? Because you want to be everything. You see the beauty in so many things that you want to be so many things. So it's really hard for you to be pinned down and to choose where to go and what to do. So with this placement on the dark side, you can be you know, drawn to drugs and alcohol and sex addiction. And you may have, you know, a lot of addictions and a lot of means of escape. You know, these are like classic escapists. You know, you make a really, really good escape artist, okay? You know how to escape. You escape through your imagination. You escape through drugs. And you should learn how to escape more through creativity and art, because that's what, you know, you're born to do. You're not born to escape through toxic things like alcohol and drugs. That's not going to help you. It's only going to make things worse. So be careful with that. But with this placement, you have a very blessed, very vivid imagination, and you can do great things with it, Mercury and Pisces. I believe in you. All right, that's all I have for you all today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my second channel, and also share this video with your freaking friends, and check out my Mercury video that I made talking about just Mercury and its influence and meaning. That will be in the description box below as well. I love you all. Deuces.